Thank you. Tomorrow is J Day on the CU Boulder campus. The J is for journalism, and hundreds of students will cycle through a long list of journalism workshops, practicing everything from camera work to play-by-play announcing.
The keynote speaker is our very own friend and colleague, 9 News journalist Marshall Zellinger, and you're a CU buff, so how cool is this? You get to go back and there's no better person for these kiddos to learn from. How excited are you?
I'm very excited, a little nerve-wracking. I liked what we could teach is what you said, they could cycle through workshops, and we were showing video of cyclists on the road.
There you go.
See it, say it. No, it's fun. It's fun to be back at CU, and I went to this conference, I hate to say, 1997 when I was a senior in high school, so it's kind of twofold.
Do you remember it? Did it leave a lingering impression?
Yeah, we won Student Newspaper of the Year. So so Smoky Hill High School, shout out. We tied, I think, with Fort Collins High School, but I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember the workshops, and I don't know that there were workshops at the time. But I remember like the keynote area and the awards ceremony.
It's incredible. And talk to us about your time at CU, your college experience, how it shaped you to become the journalist that you are today.
Well, if anyone's ever heard me speak before, they've read my bio, I always wanted to be a sports anchor or sports reporter, and that failed. So I went into college knowing I wanted to be in video instead of print, which is what I was doing in high school, so I did everything I could possible to do video in college from my freshman year, helped run a 30-minute sports program then called CU Sports Magazine, and just did like football, volleyball, women's basketball, men's basketball, tried to shoot and learn about everything. And then it transitioned into trying to find a sports job, couldn't do it, fell into news, and I learned all my shooting and editing skills there that I then honed along the way. So it was a great program, which was different because it was the journalism school and the Bachelor of Science that my wife was always curious why it's a science that I have, a BS.
Yep.
I don't know. I should have brought the ring today.
Oh man, tomorrow you have to have it. Tomorrow you do.
I wonder if it still fits.
Cool. I'm curious, are you going to be, well, we know you're going to be honest with these kiddos, but diving into this industry that some people say is dying. We've seen what's happened with magazines, with newspapers, what's still happening. Even journalism jobs, the Department of Labor has said will decrease by 4%. Is that daunting? How do you talk to kids through that?
Okay, so now I am remembering one of the workshops from when I was there. Mike Nolan, former sports anchor here at 9 News, was also at Channel 7, once came to a workshop, and I really wanted to be the sports guy, and he sat on the podium and he read from a publication of all the sports jobs that were disappearing from the industry. That wasn't very motivating at the time, but I understood what he was saying is like, look, this is what you want to do, just see what the future looks like. So yeah, we're going to be honest about where the landscape of this stuff is. But what these students learn is media literacy, so how to follow media, how to digest media, and also how to prepare for a career in this field. So I'm going to learn from them. They're going to hear what I have to say about what it's like in the industry, and they probably know more of what the future of journalism is going to be, especially with your phone, social media, vertical videos, where they get news from. That's what I always ask someone much younger than me. Where do you get your news from? So that's going to be one of the first questions I ask the 1,500 kids there. Raise your hand if you...
1,500 kids.
Yeah, raise your hand if you get the news from the newspaper. Raise your hand if you get news from TikTok. Yeah.
Or 9 News, right?
Yeah,
9 News, 9 News. Okay, so we got to talk about freedom of speech. Okay, this is something that you see on both sides of the aisle, people pushing for and protecting the First Amendment. But then that, President Trump said that he wants to protect the First Amendment, right? That was during his campaign speech in 2024. But then you see today when he and Secretary Hegseth were talking about the fact that they, at the same time, that they want to get rid of political correct language in the military. What would you say also how people talk about if we've seen this in the news, certain broadcasting groups aren't really aligning to certain ideologies, that their broadcast license could be removed. Are these concerns that you're going to bring up tomorrow to the students, considering that it could very well be a future for them?
I haven't finished the keynote speech yet, so it could make it in.
Written it yet?
No, I've written
Marshall.
it. I haven't finished it yet. I'm channeling my inner college student where I'm going to cram the night before. I'm in a workshop after the speech where we're talking about journalistic ethics and objectivity, and do you need to both sides a story when one side is a lie? I'm sure we can come up with some of the content from what you're asking in that workshop. It's definitely a fluid conversation. I know what my ethos in this is fact.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak fact, and I don't need to give attention to a lie. We don't have to say like, hey, you heard from this side, but the other side is spouting something that is provably false or unproven at all. But when it comes to like the landscape of like corporate ownership versus what's allowed to be said, I don't know that I have enough. I just know my lane and where I can speak from my experience.
Yeah.
And where you make a difference and affect change, and that's an important lane to be in. Before you go, simple answer, favorite part of the job?
This current job right now, being here with the two of you.
Oh.
You're going to buy
it?
that? I don't know. We do love some Marshall Zellinger,
We
though.
do.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Sure.
Good luck tomorrow.